What's up, yo? It's TreniuS. You're tuning into the infamous Living Room Network. Divine powers are always working for us because we're doing right. So I'm about to tell you some sci-fi stuff, man. We're about to talk about spirituality. Okay, 5 signs your spirit guides are trying to get your attention. As a matter of fact, I know for a fact the reason why I'm making this video right now was because my spirit guides told me that this is what needs to be discussed right now. And I didn't even really want to talk about this. But definitely, you're watching this video right now for a reason. And everything that I'm about to say right now is definitely going to help you. It's going to enlighten you. It's going to show you more about, what's going on in your life and, how your spirit guides are trying to get your attention. And I've always been a spiritual person. I never really been too big on religion or nothing like that, but I've always been like really, really spiritual. From a very young age, I was already experiencing like supernatural occurrences where things were happening and nobody around me could explain it. And I felt like I had to be quiet for a long time and don't tell nobody, because I felt like if I told somebody the things that, I'm about to tell you, it's like I would be considered weird, like not normal. And so I'm glad I can talk to you about it right now, and maybe you can relate. Okay. But anyway, so one thing you got to realize about the spiritual world is that there are dark energy forces and there are light energy forces. Okay. We live in a world of duality. There's always an opposite to everything. You got a girl, you got a boy, you got night, you got dark, night, you got dark. Yeah, you do got night and dark. But yeah, you got like everything opposite, hot, cold, everything opposite, good, bad. Okay. And most of us have been led to believe that, that there is like evil in our world. The only evil that exists in our world is a cluster of dark energy. It's just like a cluster of dark energy forces that just harbor anywhere where there is no light energy. There is no positive energy. There is no high vibrational frequency. You know what I mean? It's like if you were to go underground into the sewer or something where the Ninja Turtles stay. It's icky down there. It's slimy. It's wet. You see mouses going all up and down, rats and stuff like that. Man, you just see nothingness. You know what I mean? Pure pitch black, grimy, because it's low energy. Nobody's roaming there. You know what I mean? Okay. And so it's the same thing with like everyday reality, man. That's why it's very important to stay energetic, stay in a high vibration at all times, because this is how you attract those light beings into your life, like spirits of high vibrational frequencies, such as angels and spirit guides. I know just last night I had a bad dream. Well, it would have been a bad dream if I was me 5 years ago. I would have looked at this as a bad dream. I would have freaked out. I would have woke up in the middle of the night, cold sweat, tripping. Like, why did I just dream this? This was negative. But it's kind of like I've mastered myself to be able to understand that if something such as a bad dream occurs, it does not necessarily mean that it's something bad gonna happen to me or to you. Okay, just because something don't go your way in a dream, it's the same thing in waking reality. If something don't go your way in waking reality, that doesn't mean that it's bad. You just got to learn to look at it and just take it with a grain of salt. Okay, something negative has happened. We're going to try to look at it positive. So when I seen like this entity in my dream last night, I just so happened to be looking out the blind somewhere where I was at, and I saw this entity like crawling, had on black jacket, black shorts, and it was crawling like down the road. And I'm just looking out the window at this entity or whatever. And I think I sat back on the sofa where I was at. I just sat back on the sofa, and then all of a sudden this entity that I saw outside had popped up right like in my living room of where I was sitting at, and immediately I knew it was a negative energy. I knew it was a negative entity. I knew it was a negative spirit. Okay, but I wasn't afraid or anything. I wasn't afraid. See, that's one thing you got to keep in mind, folks, about these negative spirits and stuff like that. they can't do anything to you. They can't harm you. They can't harm you that by which only if you fear them. Like if you fear negative energy, then it sees your weakness and it preys on it. So you kind of have to act as though these negative spirits don't exist. Okay, so I'm about to get a little bit into the 5 signs that your spirit guides are trying to get your attention. Okay, first things first. You will sense the energy of something being around you. Okay, if you sense like something is around you when you're like by yourself, hanging by yourself, or if you're walking through a nature trail, walking through a path, if you're going home late at night or something like that, if you sense like this heat energy, like this feeling of energy, like of something being in your presence while you're just alone, that's usually your spirit guide. There's usually your spirit guide watching over you. Now, keep in mind, folks, in the spiritual world, there are many different spirit guides. You know, there are many different spirits in this spiritual world. Okay, we just see the physical, but some of y'all get glimpses of what it's like in the spiritual. Speak or let your voice be heard. If you can automatically like peer into the spiritual world if you choose to. Like somebody got gifts like that. I don't know. Maybe it's you. But anyway, if you sense like a feeling around you of like somebody's like around me, man, like I feel like you can feel the like person getting closer or the entity getting closer, and it's like something is like around me, man. I just don't know what it is. That's usually your spirit guide. And they will make you know that they are with you. They will make you know that they are with you. And spirit guides do these things on purpose. But if you aren't used to it, you won't be comfortable with it. It'll make you scared. Like most people get scared when they sense energies like this around them, and they think it's something negative. But really, folks, spirit guides are just only trying to help you. Okay, they're trying to show you that they're with you so that you'll know that everything's gonna be all right. There's no need to fear anything. There's no need to fear. Knowing that there's a spiritual world that exists that we can't see, but it exists. That's how we use the law of attraction, because we're using spiritual powers to like manifest things from our mind's eye. Okay, and these spirit guides are around, but they're invisible. You can't see them, not unless you have a revelation or something. Like I said, if you got that gift to be able to see them. Okay, I know some people in my journey who I've come across, and they told me they've seen angels and stuff like that. I've never ever seen an angel. I've never ever seen an angel, like a real physical, like white glowing angel. Like they say that they're tall in stature and all this good stuff, and that's what people tell me that what angels look like. But I have a good sense of awareness to know that spirit guides or angels, they do exist, and you can feel them more so than even wanting to see them. You can feel them around you. Their presence is super powerful. It's really strong. It's like a magnetic pull on you, and you just know that you're being watched, even when you don't see anything. Something is looking over you. Something is watching out over you. I get that feeling all the time. Personally, I get that feeling all the time. Like sometimes I just contemplate my life, and some things are just way too good to be real, like too good to be true. And it makes you wonder, like, yo, I know I'm not doing this. I know this is not happening just because it's happening. Like, don't you ever think that sometimes you be like, yo, man, this something is really watching over you. Like, there's no way that this could have happened the way it did. And you start to see, like, there is a spiritual world, and your spirit guides are helping you. Okay? So the second sign of the 5 signs your spirit guides are trying to get your attention is when things get really quiet, when things get really calm, like there's no activity. Have you ever been in a situation where it's like nothing is happening? Nobody's calling your phone. Everybody that you call, they ain't answering the phone. Nobody's coming to your home. Nope, I don't know where you stay. Maybe you don't stay near a road or anything, but you don't hear anything outside. No airplanes, no cars, no traffic. no sirens, nothing. This is called the calm. I like to call this the calm, the calm, the calm. Everything is quiet. There's no activity for, I would say, at least an hour. It's like you notice it. You notice, you be like, yo, you'll be like, yo, man, what is going on? Like, is the world coming to an end? What is going on? Why? Where is everybody at? Why people ain't responding to me? Why come when I'm calling people, they not answering? What's up with this? Ain't nobody called you back? Nothing. Everything is quiet. Everything is so calm that it makes you like be like, man, something ain't right. Yo, that's when your spirit guides is really trying to contact with you. You know, that's when they really trying to get your attention. And what they really want you to do is they want you to go on the inside. I don't know, maybe for you that's meditation. For some people that's prayer, getting on their knees and praying. You know what I'm saying? Like, I know when things like that happen for me, I normally I like to work out. I like to curl. You know, I like to curl. And I like to think in my mind all the things that I need to do right. You know what I mean? Because usually when your spirit guides are trying to contact you like that, when things get calm, they just simply trying to get you to see something. And once again, it's not always bad, man. We live in a world where people think it's always bad just because something supernatural is occurring. Like, oh, it's bad. No, it's not. It's great. It's good to be in contact with these spiritual beings, these spirit guys. It's really like a gift to be able to even have or be blessed enough to have a spirit guide around you. You know, some people don't got covering like that. You know what I'm saying? Some people are just vulnerable to all kind of negative energy out here, and they don't even know it. Totally unconscious of it. Totally oblivious to the fact that they are prone to like negative energies. You know what I'm saying? But spirit guides, folks, spirit guides, they try to get your attention in the most weirdest way. And I know that one of those ways is stopping everything around you. Just stopping everything. So, like I said, just try to think about all the things in your mind. It's something that you might need to do. It'll usually come to your intuition because they're usually like right around you. They're usually around you. I remember one time when I had like my first awakening. My first awakening. This before YouTube and everything. And some of y'all know this story because y'all been following me for like 4 years now. But I remember I was sitting in my room and I was reading a book by Max Lucado. I remember like yesterday, I'll never forget. And I was turning the page, and then I kind of like, I sat up on the bed a little bit. Like I kind of raised up on the bed as I had the book in my hand, turning the pages, and I felt this tap on me. Like it was just like that pressure. I knew it wasn't like my veins or nothing protruding. I knew it wasn't like a muscle spasm. It was an outside. It was out of my body. It was something that tapped me like that. And then when it tapped me, it's like my whole body like lit up like a light bulb. And I changed consciousness in that moment right there. And that was like my first awakening. That was my first awakening ever. Like I became a totally new person like in that moment. You know what I mean? And so in this moment though, what I'm saying is in this moment, everything was calm. It was a nice summer day. Wind wasn't blowing. I had my window open in my room. The sun was shining. Everybody at the house was quiet. I couldn't hear nobody. It was just complete silence in my room that day. I can remember like yesterday. And then that's when I experienced that. I experienced I guess what I would say out to this day, I think it was an angel, but I like to refer to it as like my spirit guide because I was guided reading this inspiration book, trying to make my life back right and whatnot. And all of a sudden I just felt this tap on me, and I'm just like, damn, there must be something spiritual, man. And it changed my whole life in that day. Okay. Another thing that spirit guides like to do in order to get your attention is they like to talk to other people. Sometimes we are influenced by these spirit guides to give other people's messages. Okay, sometimes these spirit guides have the power to talk through us so that we can give important message to another person. And sometimes we don't even know that it's happening, but it'll resonate in the other person's spirit that you talking to, the other person's spirit that you're having a conversation with, you communicating with. It'll register to them oh my God, that's something that I've been listening for. You know, I've been waiting on something like that to somebody tell me something like that, man. Like, dang, man, that's oh man, and it could be the answer to the person's all their problems. It could be like a key to all the doors that they've been trying to unlock, man. You just say one thing to somebody that you don't know, total stranger, and it could register with them. Because, see, the thing is, we don't know how people are taking the things that we say to them. We don't know how it's registering in their mind. We don't know what they going back and they thinking behind closed doors after you get through having a conversation with them. You don't know that. So something that you say could very well be, something that the spirit guide might want to tell you through another person. I mean, I've experienced it all the time too. I've experienced that too as well, where I've been out with places and I've talked to people on the phone and stuff like that, and they will say something and it totally resonate with me, and I'm like, they don't even know me like that though, and it's like, man, how did they know that? And then they can start talking about something normal, like they don't even know that they just gave me an answer to, you know what I'm saying? Like they don't even know they just like told you something that you have been thinking about for the past 2-3 weeks, and they just gave you the answer to it, like, and it was so 100% precise that it was unreal. That's supernatural stuff, folks. The only thing that could do something like that is a spirit guide, angels, the higher powers. Okay, so definitely spirit guides can talk through other people. How many of you experience spirit guides talking through other people to get you messages? Yeah, so that's another thing. Also, number 4, the fourth way that spirit guides will try to get your attention is the old way, which is, I think it happens most for a lot of people. But it's like knocking things over, like hearing sounds. I don't know how many of you stay by yourself, but when you stay by yourself and you have that quiet time to actually be able to listen to like what's really going on. I don't know, some of y'all might got kids, so you always hear ruckus and you always hear a lot of noise. But when you by yourself, most of the time, or you could be working on a late night third shift or something like that, and you just hear these strange noises, and you think it's like the walls creaking or the faucets or something like that. And usually, I would say 25% of the time it's not. 25% of the time it's not like, it's not like your cabinets is making noises because the wood is going bad. No, 25% of the time it's like really spirit guides is in your home or they around you somewhere, and they are doing things to get your attention. Like, this is really real. It is really the truth, folks. They try to get your attention by making little noises. They don't want to scare you. But they just want to get your attention so that you can talk to the universe, so that you can talk to your spirit guides. See, that's the thing. A lot of people don't talk to spirit guides, man. A lot of people just live life and just go do 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 do, and then they want something special to help them manifest something or something like that. But you can't live a spirituality lifestyle if you're not connected with the higher powers. If you're not talking to the spirit guides, if you're not talking to the universe, if you don't have that quiet time to get your mind right and to meditate on all the things around you that is making noises. Like, you know what I mean? You gotta really pay attention to this stuff. I remember one time, man, I was at my grandmother's old house. Me and my cousin was at my grandmother's old house, and we was just sitting in the living room watching TV one day. Just watching TV. I think it was some basketball or something. And we just sitting on the sofa. He's sitting right there, I'm sitting right here. And then all of a sudden we heard like, we both leaned over and looked down the hall, like where the bathrooms and the other rooms were. We both leaned over and looked down the hall, like, quiet. We was quiet. We put the TV on mute, like, what was that? The hell? And my cousin looked at me, was like, Trent, somebody in here? I'm like, nah, man, everybody gone. It's just me and you. And I was like, maybe a window open or something. Maybe the wind blew the bathroom door or something like that. So I got up. I was scared. I ain't even gonna lie. We both were scared. He still had the TV on mute and everything. We grown men, we Tripping because we know that we just heard the bathroom door just creak all the way open. Like not a little or like no, this mother was like like the movies, like the movies. So I got up, I went to the bathroom, and so I'm in the bathroom looking. The window in the bathroom wasn't open. Then I looked at the room across the hall from the bathroom. I looked at those windows. Those windows weren't open. Complete silence in that part of the house. Complete silence. And I'm just looking at the door. I'm just trying to examine how could the door have came open like that. Like, and I'm just looking around. I didn't see no access for air or wind or nothing. No elements was around. And that day right there, that's when I was really convinced that, man, spirits are real. Spirit guides are real, and you know, spirituality is really real, because there's no way that door could have opened by itself like that. There's no way. What could have done it? What could have opened the door by itself? Nothing. So I mean, spirit guides exist, and like I said, they ain't here to scare us or nothing like that. You know, it's just really to get your attention. They just really want to be, they just want to be heard. You know, they just want you to acknowledge them, to be able to say, hey, I know you're here. You can help me. I need help. I'm in a financial bind. I need help. Can you please tell me how I can make more money? Or can you please show me the way? I'm going through frustration right now. I'm feeling really depressed. Angel guys, can you please, you know, do something to help me? Spirit guys, please. You know, and they just really want you to kind of like lean on them. Now, I don't know what that spirit guide wanted us to do that day, but I just know that something was in the house. Okay, something was in the house with us. Okay, and last but not least, number 5, folks, the 5 sign that spirit guides are trying to get your attention. Now, I know y'all can relate on this one, but you have dreams at night. If you have dreams at night. Now, if you're having negative dreams and you're having a whole lot of nightmares, I need to tell you, you need to invest in some crystals. You need to put some crystals in your room. You need to start wearing crystals. You know, all this stuff is positive, high vibration energy. I sleep with my crystals on. Sometimes I sleep with my necklace on, but I really be like in some high vibrations when I go to sleep at night. I don't know what happened last night with that one dream, but it's all good. Like, cause I don't master dreams, you know, I don't master how to like wake up without being scared and all that stuff like that. But you know, dreams at night, man, if you having dreams every single night and they lucid, vivid, to the point it's driving you crazy, that means your spirit guides is trying to get in contact with you. If you having back-to-back dreams every night, you don't even know what they mean. You can't interpret them. Some of the dreams might be good, but most of the time they kind of like disturbing. This is a good thing. This means that you are tapping into the spiritual world. When you go to sleep at night, every night when you go to sleep, folks, you basically going into the astral realm. You know, I know we call it the infamous living realm network, but you're going into another realm of consciousness. Okay, you're in a whole different realm of consciousness that's outside of your body when you sleep at night, that it cannot be seen. All this stuff is in the spiritual world, which is, it exists like around us at all times, but it's just that we can't see it as individuals because we've been so like programmed with like stuff that's of our ego and of our lower self, that we can't really tap into the higher consciousness as much as we would like to, you know. And so keep in mind, like when you go to sleep at night and you having all these dreams back to back, you're just traveling through different realms. You're just traveling through different realms that go beyond this world, you know, and they supersede this world. I mean, it's you know, when you're going into different realms, it has nothing to do with this world. Like, it's just all consciousness. You know, it's just all imagery and consciousness, and it's in correlation to our very own lives that we're living right now. But once again, we've lost so much intelligence and knowledge that we're completely like dumbfounded with how to even interpret some of the things that are happening when we go into these dreams. You know, And you know, all of this stuff, man, they like movies like Inception. I don't know if you've seen the movie Inception, where Leonardo DiCaprio plays in the movie, and they're going inside of different dreams, and they're having to escape because every dream is crashing. Like they have a certain time to go in a dream, do what they need to do. They looking for something, finding something, whatever. They go in a dream, and then they go into a higher dream. You know, in dreams, you go from one dream to the second dream to the third dream. Like you can get so deep into the dream world that when you coming back to consciousness, when you coming back to your body, it takes a little minute. Okay. I've really been on some like Matrix stuff, man, with dreams, man. I ain't gonna lie. I don't had to answer phones in dreams, and the phone done broke. I had to put the phone back together. Only way I got out, man, I done been in some dreams. But that's when you get good at lucid dreaming. When you get good at lucid dreaming to where you can like be in your dream and you can be doing things like writing stuff down and, you know, reading a book or anything, man. Driving a car and you can see, you know exactly where you at, like in physical reality, and you really turning down the road as if you were really like awakened, and you know, all of this stuff, folks, all of this stuff. And then in the dream, inside these dreams, you see spirits. You see spirit guides. Usually these spirits do not talk. They do not talk, and a lot of them don't got no face. How many of you can relate to that? Yeah, a lot of these spirits and spirit guides that be in your dreams, they usually don't have no face and they do not talk. And so since we don't really get to experience this every day in our everyday reality, to us to see something like that in dreams, sometimes it make us scary. You know, it make us real scared. Like we can't fathom the indifferentness of just seeing an entity that is crawling down the road like I did in my dream, like last night, crawling down the road with a black jacket on and some black shorts, all to pop up and be sitting on the sofa beside me or something with no face. Like it just completely blows our mind to be able to see stuff like that when in all actuality is practically normal. You know what I mean? It's practically normal. I mean, because we see these things in movies and stuff. I mean, but anyway, make a long story short, spirit guides are not negative, okay? It's basically your spirit guides is always around you to help you, to guide you, to show you the way. We're not living this life by ourselves. You have your spirit guides, I got my spirit guides. You know what I mean? And so you just have to have a connection, a relationship with them and acknowledge the fact that they do exist. When you sense feelings around you, talk to the universe, talk to your spirit guides. You know, when you notice things get real calm, you know it's your time to go on the inside, to talk to your spirit guides. And you also might hear your spirit guides influence other people and talk to you through other people and communicate with you through other people. And it's usually always going to be good. Okay, it's always going to be good information. Okay, so get y'all some crystals. Get you some crystals. Thank you so much for watching this video, folks. These are the 5 signs your spirit guides are trying to get your attention. Stay positive. Make sure you press thumbs up on this video if it gave you some knowledge, enlighten you a little bit. Speak up, let your voice be heard. Let me know what you think about spirit guides. Do you got spirit guides? Do you sense your spirit guides trying to get your attention? Let us know. Are you a type of person that you can just see the spiritual world if you chose to? Do you have that gift to be able to see spiritual forces? Let me know, folks. Speak up, let your voice be heard. Leave a comment below. Make sure you subscribe by clicking my icon up there, my face icon. Click that, hit the bell notification so that you can be notified with new videos every time I upload. And check out this video right here in the meantime. Peace.